everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Road to Australia with me, Robert. And thank you for checking out the last video. If you haven't, then it should be somewhere around here. I don't know. So yeah, now it's been about a week since my last recording. I've gotten a bit fluffier. The hair has grown a lot longer. And my mood is a lot better. Yeah. So, how did I come to the conclusion that studying is what I'm going to do in the country that is on the other side of the planet? Back when I met my girlfriend, she had already gotten into her school. And she went to the Berg's bachelor program here in Stockholm. What that is they only have the first semester in Stockholm, and then the rest of the whole 3-year period is in a city of your own choosing. Or, well, there's a limited amount of cities, obviously. You get to choose where in the world you want to finish your bachelor's degree in design. And I think that is awesome. Like, that whole concept is really genius. She obviously chose Sydney, and there's a whole bunch of other cities. I think just go into the website and check it out. And I'll also just add that she is now studying in a school called Billy Blue, the Billy Blue Institute in Sydney. And it also looks very great. So I think it's one of the more well-known design schools in Sydney, maybe even Australia, I don't know. It seems to have a great reputation, and if you're looking for good graphic design or any type of sort of design education in Sydney, check them out. Billy Blue, also link. The good thing about this, compared to what I'm doing, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit, with this, if you're going the way she went, then you have sort of support all along the way. You feel a bit more safe going that route. For that reason alone, I think it is pretty much the best option. I did consider going that way because I got to see the stuff that they were doing and it looked really fun, and yeah. But I didn't really want to study 3 more years. I've done that, and I just want to sort of add on to what I already have. So for that reason, I chose this way. First off, just accepting that I was going to study and not work. That was like, it took a bit of process in my head. But once that idea sort of settled in, it felt great. I really want to study now. I feel like now I would appreciate the school and the teacher a lot more than I did back when I was in high school, or even when I did my university studies. After I accepted that I wanted to study, then came the hard part. What do I study? What do I want to study? And I sort of just came to the conclusion that I wanted to focus more on traditional type of art. And there's a lot of art schools in Australia and Sydney. So it was kind of hard for me to decide which one I wanted to go to. Rewind back a couple of months, everything was sort of in a more panic-induced frenzy state because I only had like a couple of months, maybe 2 months, to actually find a school, get into the school, fix everything, get enough money, get support from the Swedish government, get the visa, get my apartment rented out, and all of that finished to go and study now in, we would have started in mid-February. I didn't really have the luxury back then to be picky about what I was going to study. So what I did was I knew that I didn't want to study 3 years, so I wanted to find a course or a program that was about 1 year or so. After a bit of searching, I found a school called TAFE, or a university. TAFE University. Here. It looked okay enough. They had a diploma program that was, I think it's visual arts, which sort of was kind of what I was looking for. So I got in contact with them. I applied for the whole. I applied for the school and everything. And how it normally works is you apply for the school, you get accepted, and you've also applied for whatever program you wanted to go into, and then you have to get accepted into the program or the courses that you want to study. I got into the school and that was fine, but then I had to add on a couple of documents and stuff. Obviously, they want to see like work samples and stuff. They want to know at what sort of level you are as an artist before they accept you into the school, which is fair enough. Like, I had accepted that and I was ready for it. They wanted me to submit 2 portfolios. One, just a normal portfolio with everything that I've done pretty much, and then also a selected portfolio with about 4 to 6 pieces that you've really written down in detail everything that you thought about while creating it, how you did it, if it's a piece for a client or a company or something. Also, what they do when you get in is you get a contact person, like a private person to talk to, that you can always send an email to if you're wondering stuff. And in this case, this person and I didn't really work well together communicatively. We couldn't communicate well together. She, in this case, was like super adamant about I had to take the IELTS, the test that I talked about in the previous video. I had to take that test, otherwise there was no chance. There was a deadline for when all of this stuff had to be submitted, and the earliest I could take the test back then was 2 days before everything had to be in their hands. It takes at least 2 weeks for them to just show you your results for that test, and then maybe a couple of more days after that to get the test or the results. So that was not going to happen. Plus, that session was actually full, so I couldn't do it. The earliest I could do the test was in early February when I got back from Thailand. Like I said, yeah, that was impossible. And I begged and I pleaded and I was like, please, like we've talked a lot. You can see that I can write in English. Obviously, I can read English because I'm answering your questions. I have a podcast at Sketchbook Heroes. Go check it out. Check it. You can listen to the episodes. You can hear me talk. I think I'll be fine in Australia. Plus, I have lived in Australia before. It went okay. I got jobs. I could communicate with people. But I didn't get a reply back to that. Just internet silence. So I was like, okay, well, that's great. But then, like, I think it was a couple of days before I left Thailand, I got a mail from them, or them as in TAFE University. I got a mail from the school pretty much saying, hey dude, where you at? And I was a little bit surprised and taken back by this. I wrote them back and they were like, well, you've gotten in, so why aren't you here? Are you going to accept your position or not? But I haven't submitted anything. Yes, you have. It turns out that this person that I was in contact with, she used my email signature portfolio link. Okay, and for all of you that aren't working as creatives or illustrators, normally it's a professional thing to have a signature in your email. So you send a mail and then you have your name, telephone number, and a portfolio link, so that if you were a client, you could just click the link and you could see some of the stuff that I've done, so you can check out what I do. This person submitted that as the fucking portfolio for the school. I sound angry, and I am pretty angry, because this person was so goddamn, I want to say retarded, but it's not really politically correct, so I'm just going to say she's a fucking this person really didn't know what she was doing. The good thing about this is I kind of got in anyways, so now I have a backup if the school that I'm applying for now doesn't really pan out. But for that reason, the whole communication error thing, it really brought down the bar of TAFE University to really low. It felt so unprofessional, and it just felt like they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they pretty much just want my money. I'm guessing that the teachers and everything are, or in my head, they're at the same level as this person that I was talking to, so they're not gonna be very interested in actually teaching stuff. They're just gonna want their money, and yeah. Fast forwarding a little bit. Because of me not being able to go to this school, I got a couple of months extra here, which both suck and is pretty good. So what I did was I took it back to square one. I started looking for schools and stuff to study again. So by just a random happy accident, I clicked the link and I got into a site called Kilroy. And if you don't know what Kilroy is, it's what do you call it? A travel agency, or they help you plan travels and trips and stuff. Kilroy, check it out here. What they also do is they help you with student trips or student travels, like study trips. And what happened was I was on their site and I was scrolling through the information, looking at what they were about, and they had a little chat box in the corner, and it's sort of like bling, and somebody was writing like, "Hey, do you need any help?" And I was like, "Yes, I need help. I'm looking for this and this and this." And this person was my salvation, pretty much. I got help with everything. I explained the situation and I explained everything, and she helped me figure out everything I needed and more. They don't take any money from you. They just help you with everything. Amazing people. So again, if you are in doubt of how to go about doing what you want to do, I would definitely recommend you checking out Kilroy. So this person helped me with choosing. She gave me some alternatives, and this is a bit stalkerish, but I told her like, yeah, my girlfriend is studying at this school in Sydney, and she was like, oh, okay, we'll just see what schools are closest, and we'll take it from there. And I was like, yay! Close to my girlfriend. And so I got 4 different alternatives of university, and she gave me all the programs that they had that were remotely related to art in any way, like design and art and illustration and stuff. So I got a full list of everything that I needed to know. So she just wanted me to choose, and that's what I did. So I ended up choosing University of Technology in Sydney, or UTS, and mainly because it's the school that is closest to my girlfriend. No, I'm kidding. It was one of the cheaper options, actually. It was the one with the most interesting stuff for me to study. What I did here, and I didn't know you could do this, and this is again Kilroy helping me out. She told me like, oh, you don't have to pick a program if you don't want. You could just choose a course, or you could build your own year. So like you just choose all the different courses that you want throughout the year, and you make up your own school year. I know. It's fucking awesome. So I just I chose the school that had the most amount of programs or classes that I wanted to go to, and now I'm just waiting for them to accept me into those programs, I guess, or classes. For example, I've always wanted to learn Japanese, and this school had Japanese. So I chose Japanese. So maybe I'm gonna get to study and learn Japanese now. And then on top of that, a lot of awesome other illustration courses and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much the long ass story about all of this stuff. If you guys have any questions regarding all of this stuff, or if you actually want to know the different courses that I have chosen and stuff, please write me. As always, you can just comment on this video, or you can find me on Instagram, Robert Ekblom Art. And with that said, it's time to move on. I've got work to do. So have a great morning, or a great day, great afternoon, or a great night. Whichever it is, have something great, and I will see you when I see you. Bye!